Something that I never really thought that much about as a kid was the whole fact that there was a guy masquerading as a giant bat fighting crime at night. He would just casually have access to military grade weapons of all sorts as well. And the way he goes about dealing with criminals is terrifying on top of that. You see, like some versions of this Caped Crusader can be absolutely brutal. Like he has a code and all, yeah, but like that just means you'll live at the end of the day. Technically, I mean, like there's no guarantee that you won't end up being bedridden for the rest of your life or like crippled or anything. And like this is just referring to regular criminals, by the way. You see, like the ones you would usually hear on the news, robbing people and all that sort. Just that looming threat of a person like Batman creeping in the corner, ready to pounce on you with littering is like enough to give you anxiety. Then like this whole thing about about his rogues gallery, I think. Well, like some they may be absolute jokes, like Kite Man and Condiment King. Well, for every Condiment King, you also have a Killer Croc. And I mean, like the tallest man in recorded history was 8 foot 11. Now, just imagine a 9 feet tall, buff crocodile man walking on his two legs with the intelligence of a human just looming over you in the middle of the night. And by the way, the tallest man in history in comparison, he also had to use crutches to walk. And besides his absurd height, like literally towering up over everybody, this man was pretty average in comparison. Killer Croc is not. He basically kind of looks like a bodybuilder, I'm not gonna lie. And like, let's say you are a taller guy, like 6 foot or 7 feet tall, whichever is your choice. That's still like a 2 to 3 foot difference in height. What's crazy is that he isn't even the most dangerous of Batman's rogues gallery either. He's probably tamer actually, and that should speak volumes for the state of the city of Gotham. I mean, I could mention the Joker and all, but he's too obvious to bring up, so I'll just use some other villains instead. People like the Scarecrow, for example. And for those who don't know who the Scarecrow is, basically just imagine a guy that dresses up as a scarecrow and makes you experience your worst fears by inhaling his fear gas. So all these dreams about going to school naked basically become the closest they have ever been to reality with this guy. And then there's a guy who will literally decide your fate by just flipping a coin. If it lands on the wrong side, it's a wrap. Like if we go on to say that, oh, Batman will save me. By the way, no, no, don't even play it like that. You see, whether you like to believe it or not, he's still only a man, a super strong one with a bunch of tech on his side, but still a man. No superpowers, allegedly, either, but I mean, like, that's for another video. This means the likelihood of him pinpointing your exact location and reaching you in time before you get crushed by a giant penny or something is questionable at best. And what happens when these guys do get caught by this fat cosplayer? I mean, they will get executed or something for their many crimes to society, right? Yeah, no. You see, they would send them to like Gotham Asylum, and do you think they get rehabilitated there? I mean, like, sure, I would assume that would be the case, or at least they'll be holding them there with tight security and all, but I mean, that's not the case at all, bro. I mean, these guys stay breaking out of the asylum that it's not even funny anymore. The people's tax money is going to what? This? The insurance rates are probably through the roof here too. With all of these criminals and superpowered villains on the streets causing mass destruction and deaths, it'd likely leave one to be in a constant fear for their life. Even Batman isn't invincible either. I mean, he literally got stretched thin one time with a sudden increase in crime in Gotham and got his back broken by Bane. Pause. And like, at his most vulnerable, I mean, you can say something about like Robin, I guess. Like the question, the question now is which one? I mean, like Batman has gone through like a myriad of like child sidekicks throughout the years, and some have even died or been critically injured at least. And let me harbor back to that point I mentioned earlier. They are children. I can't even trust most kids with sitting down to watch Coco Melon without suddenly fighting amongst each other for the dumbest reasons. And I'm supposed to believe one is going to save me from Mr. Freeze? There's probably more points I can make, but I don't really feel like it right now. Honestly, that's really all I have for like right now. And I would say like if you were interested in like just watching my journey to learn more about comic books, I would strongly recommend that you subscribe. And if you want to see a part two, just like this video. If it reaches a certain amount of likes and comments, I'll probably make a part two. If not, oh well.